The recruit actually dared to drink alcohol in the military camp because he had been heartbroken. It turned out that not long ago, he had seen his girlfriend being escorted back to the dormitory by a strange man, but the girlfriend said they had just had a meal. The young man didn't say anything and turned around and left. Unexpectedly, he wanted to buy military boots for his comrades as a gift. However, he found that the shop owner was the man who had taken his girlfriend away. The young man pretended to be calm and asked him to get 2 pairs of military boots. Soon the man handed him the shoes. The young man immediately paid, but was refused. Then he forcefully pushed the money back. In this way, the two began to modestly give and take. At that moment, the girlfriend arrived. She scolded the young man loudly, but showed great concern for the shop owner. The young man was completely heartbroken in an instant. He left the money, turned around and walked away without looking back. When he returned to the army, his comrades were very delighted. The young man then found 2 good friends. The 3 of them were in the trench of the training ground on the back mountain and all got drunk. In order to help the young man get over the heartbreak, the 2 of them started to vent by punching each other. At that moment, the instructor suddenly noticed that a fire had started here. So he brought people with buckets of water and rushed over. It was then that the instructor realized that they were drunk. After the young man saw the instructor, he wanted to stand at attention, but he couldn't stand steadily. The other 2 also noticed something was wrong and immediately began to try to stand properly. The instructor was very angry at the sight. He loudly questioned whether they knew that alcohol was banned in the army. The young man said he had only had a little. The instructor scolded him for being so drunk that he was like a ghost. How could they have combat effectiveness in such a state? However, the young man was very confident and said that he could still go to the battlefield like this. The instructor was so angry that he splashed a bucket of water on him. He then ordered a soldier to go back and turn himself in to his company commander. Immediately, a bucket of cold water was splashed on the new recruit. He then began to punish the other 2. Soon the young man sobered up. He took the initiative to admit that he was the one who led the drinking, but he didn't mention the reason for drinking. The instructor said that no matter what the reason was, they couldn't violate the army's discipline. He then took off all their arm patches and shoulder patches and let the 2 continue to reflect there.